Good evening, YouTube. I'm tired as hell. It's been a long day of doing nothing. So I figured since I forgot to make this video earlier, I'll make it now. These are just engine parts. Nothing to do with the rest of the car, aside from this engine's going in the car. This isn't even nearly everything. I still got a bunch of parts in here from BBF Racing. I still got my basic Ford Racing oil pan because I don't feel like paying $700-800 for one right now. Got the other valve cover down there. I got a mess right here that's been sitting here for 2 fucking months and I ain't moving it. Got gaskets and a few little tiny parts and such in there. But I'll give you a most basic run through. Look, got more parts right there. There's some plug wires and some other gaskets and shit in that box. I'll give you a most basic run through of everything here. Let's start at the back. We have a Brawler 750 mechanical secondary, no choke horn. Nice little $640 carburetor. There's the part number on that. Got myself a Jegs branded Brawler length, Brawler size 4150, whatever the hell it is, fuel log. That's designed to bolt directly up to a Brawler carburetor 4150. BBF Racing electric water pump. I got a backup one just in case because the electric water pumps like to go out. I don't know if I feel like paying over $500 for the Moroso billet one, but man, that would be pretty. Some plug wire organizers, basic assorted fittings. I got 2 pressure gauges. One is going to go on the carburetor via the fuel log. One is going to go on my Aeromotive 13204 A1000 carbureted fuel regulator because I'm going to have more horsepower in the future, so buy once, cry once on that old boy. Got a few more fittings here. I'm not going to go through all of them. You guys can pause the video, put 2 and 2 together. We have my timing pointer right here. This is from Aeromotive, I think. Come on. There we go. ATI, Aeromotive, I don't fucking know. Anyways, that's my nice billet CNC machine timing pointer. Got myself a Wilson manifold. I don't know if the part number's on here. Nope. It's a 4-barrel Wilson manifolds carb spacer. It is a 1-inch unit. This here is the top side. The carburetor, of course, with a gasket, will sit on this side. And then on the bottom, it is beveled and CNC machined to promote. Oh, here's a part number. Come on. If y'all can see that, that's the best it's going to get. But CNC machine that with these bevels and such. That way it promotes much better mixing, especially on a dual plane application, which I'm going to be running. Excuse me. And we'll get to that here in a second. We have some Mr. Gasket, basically Holly, but Mr. Gasket baffled, fabricated valve covers, anodized, and inside and out, yeah. Not bad craftsmanship on these. pretty decent welds. They'll get the job done. They'll fit the color scheme I'm looking for. ARP, there's the part number. Oil pump drive shaft. We get to the ignition box here, and of course nothing wants to freaking focus for whatever reason. I'm not going to show you the part number. You guys can look this up. It's literally right fucking there. But I'm actually going to be trading this out tomorrow when I go to the Jegs, and I'm going to be picking up the digital 6AL Plus, which has not just a rev limiter like this unit has, but it has a single stage timing retard for nitrous or other, and it has a built-in two-step so that I can scare the ever-living shit out of the little kids revving their Honda lawnmowers. Got ourselves a little plug kit to plug some of the holes on that. Got ourselves a starter blanket, protect against heat a little bit. These say Edelbrock. They're manufactured by ARP. You can see the part number there. These are just the polished or stainless, whatever it is you want to call it, bolts. 12 point. That bolt, that bad Larry, down to the cylinder heads on top of the motor. We have ourselves a Power Master starter. Let's see if I can find you a part number. There we go. There's a part number right there. Nice gear reduction starter. This one is clockable, which means you can loosen up the block and then rotate the starter around to clear headers, clear frame rails and such. Real nifty deal. We have ourselves a MSD Blaster 2 coil. Where the hell's the part number? There we go. Nothing wants to focus. Extra can of ceramic high heat engine bay or engine paint from Eastwood. I got 2 of these CNC machine breathers. These are serviceable. You can replace the foam inside them. These will just sit down on there like that. One on either side. If it turns out I need a vacuum pump, I'll cross that bridge when I get there. Now we're going to get over here to this boy. This here is part number 7566. This is a standard port Edelbrock Performer RPM air gap intake manifold. These are quite nifty. Plenty of space up underneath it. You see the numbers cast right into it. This here's the back of the manifold. You can snake your hand up underneath there. You can chase wires underneath there. Try to keep the engine bay a little bit cleaner. That's what I'm going to try to do. That's one reason I bought this, but also it's just nifty. To my knowledge, why won't the damn thing focus? To my knowledge, the runners are just a little bit longer on this particular model, which will promote a little bit better torque, a little bit higher RPM capability. These do have a dual plenum on this particular unit, and as you can see, I'm a pretty big guy. I'm 6'3", 285 pounds, so I don't have the smallest hands. That's a lot of plenum volume for a dual plane. It's definitely one of the highest plenum volumes for a dual plane that I've seen. But I'm just a dumbass truck driver. What do I know, right? But for some reason, I can't remember what this is, but the separator here has been machined down to promote a little bit better mixturing, a little bit more equalization on the AFRs. Air-fuel ratios for people that don't know. If you're watching this video, you should probably know. Nice big ports. This particular unit does not have the flow-through water jacket on the bottom that goes underneath the plenum in order to heat the bottom. That is one particular reason I decided to choose this unit, because I didn't want that. I forget what it's called. It's late at night. Forgive me. Over here, we have... Excuse me. Biden must be near. I'm allergic to the bullshit. We have Edelbrock 60679. These are cylinder heads, performer RPM units. These, for the money, I think they'll do just fine with this setup. There are better cylinder heads out there, like the Trick Flows, but you can't really find any Trick Flows right now. Or you can get the Kazi P51s. You can't get those. Or you can get the Kazi SR71s. You can't get those. I picked these up the very second they came available. Let's see if I can rotate these over with one hand. Hold it up. These are machined after casting, obviously. My engine builder is going to double check the machining. If I remember right, these are 172 or 176 exhaust valve and a 22 something intake valve. These are a 75cc chamber. For those of you that don't know, the chamber is the dish here that you see. That's what helps create the volumetric efficiency. I don't fucking know. It's too goddamn late at night. Don't ask me. Don't comment some stupid shit. But whatever. There's the chambers. They're 75 cc's. With the pistons. Oh, I gotta show you. These here are the intake ports. Pretty damn big. A lot better flow than the Dove C heads, DOVE-C heads that come off the motor. These come pre-assembled. They have the push rod guides in them. I'm going to be maintaining those. But these basic stamped steel retainers, I'm getting rid of those. Getting rid of the Edelbrock keepers. I'm going to be keeping all these parts, getting rid of these springs as well. Just getting rid of these parts that hold the valves in place or locate the valves in place or whatever. Going to be getting rid of the Edelbrock seals and replacing them with some comp cam stuff. Specifically because I don't want any issues the second I fire this thing over or the second we put it on the engine dyno at the builder. So I'm just going to put everything on these cylinder heads. It's only $90 to rebuild the pair with new springs, keepers, retainers, and such. So $90 is nothing when it comes down to making sure that the lifters and the cam and all the geometry of the valve train's happy. But long story short, these damn chairs are in my way. Engine builder's going to be double checking all the machine surfaces, being these surfaces here, all the shiny surfaces, making sure everything's flat. If they need gone over right quick, I'll pay them to go over them right quick, just so I know I have nice flat surfaces and very unlikely to have an issue with exhaust leaks or intake manifold leaks, etc., etc. Got myself a little length of -6 jegs braided line, and this is going to go from the regulator on up to the fuel log for the Holley carburetor, just for color matching. Just a basic goddamn thing will not focus. Just basic universal coil mount. That's just going to hold the coil. Jegs brand, because they're all made by the same damn manufacturer. But Jegs brand 4150 double return spring adjustable spring tensioner and adjustable throttle cable, or whatever the hell it is, tensioner, just call it a tensioner. Bracket thingamajigger goes on the side of the carburetor. I'll show you that real quick. This here will be the driver's side of the carburetor. What I'll do is I'll just sit down, locate over those holes like that. And it'll just sit there, and that little doohickey right there will attach to there, and then boom, that's my throttle. Oh, that's my throttle return spring. Leave that there. Come over here. We have a MSD Pro Billet. Why the fuck won't this damn thing focus? Pro Billet 351 Cleveland to 460 and 429. Small cap MSD distributor. Nice little piece right there. Really good quality little piece right there. It's going to work really well with the MSD Digital 6AL Plus ignition module. It'll work real well with that one. But I want two-step, and I might run some nitrous in the future. Clap someone's cheeks. Next, we go to my rocker arms. I could have just got some basic aftermarket roller tip rocker arms from Comp or another provider or manufacturer. Nope, we went with Focus. The 1630-16 Comp Cams Ultra Pro Magnums. Those are a full body roller rocker. I've never opened them. Come on. They have a roller tip, roller trunnion. These are cast chromoly steel. Factory ratio 1:7:2. And these are guaranteed to never deflect like the factory style ones and the aftermarket stamped ones with the roller tips do under high RPMs and high heat situations. These will maintain exact geometry and provide much better consistency across the valve train. Next, we go to the valve springs. Just some basic Comp Cams valve springs spec specifically for the camshaft. And for the camshaft, you can see the specs right there. Excuse me. We have a Comp Cams 34-602-9, which is a 429/460 big mother thumper. Every time I try to go type this damn thing in on YouTube or to look up part numbers before I finally got one, because the rockers were, well, not the rockers, the lifters were never in stock, I kept wanting to type big motherfucker. Reminds me of myself. Then we get over here to the Comp Cams Retrofit roller rockers. These things are damn hen's teeth. There's a few sets that came available, and I noticed it just a couple hours after they were posted. I ended up getting me a set. And that's what sparked me getting the rest of this Comp Cam stuff. Aside from the rockers, I already had the rockers. I was going to run those whether I had a flat tappet or not. Here we have the Comp Cams retainers, much better quality. I splurged a little bit because I plan to abuse this motor a bit. We have the 3122TB thrust bearing kit with Torrington bearings for the cam thrust to hold the cam in place and make sure it don't try to walk away on us. Little cam retainer plate with some little basic ass bearings. That's $143. What the hell, Comp Cams? Oh well. And like I said, we have the Comp Cams specific seals, the Comp Cams specific keepers. Like I said, the retainers. I am running a in-tank Holley 340 liter per hour electric fuel pump, so I do not need a pump driven off the camshaft to supply fuel to the carburetor. So we have just a basic, you can see the part number there, cam fuel pump block off plate. Here, they're manufactured by MSD or Holley or whatever. We have a brass distributor or bronze distributor gear. I always call them brass. Same damn thing as a MSD. Half the price. There's your part number. We have just a basic Jegs chrome. You got the part number there. Distributor hold down. Something just to spruce up the looks underneath the hood just a little bit more. And then we have some Jegs spark plug wire boot guards. Silver in color. There's your part number. These are just going to add a little bit more flair and protect my plug wires. I have these Jegs cut and do it yourself plug wires, but I'm going to be returning those tomorrow and trading them in as I trade in the MSD Digital 6AL and just get the MSD ones because the MSD ones are just slightly better quality. And when I say slightly better quality, because they're all made in the same damn build house pretty much, the MSD ones have a better shade of red on them. These are more like a great value red. I gotta have my color matching and such, so I'll spend the extra, what is it, $80 fucking on that. Hello, Katie. Damn cat. Anywho, that's your long ass walkthrough tonight. I was gonna do what I did in the last video with the rear suspension and write all the part numbers down and all the pricing and such. And then after I got everything laid out, I was like, fuck that shit. Yeah, you get why. I showed you guys the part numbers. If you guys want to know how much any particular thing costs, you look it up. Oh, also, forgot to show these. CBF Racing, CNC machined. Come on. Alternator pulley. Crank pulley. These are 6061 aluminum CNC machine parts, by the way. Alternator fan in order to get the spacing right. And then alternator bracket. Low mount on the passenger side alternator bracket. Hoping that works out well with my Aeromotive or ATI, whatever the hell it is, timing pointer setup. I tell you, I'd hate to stick my hand down there because that thing's pretty sharp. I stabbed myself on it. There we go. There you can see. I stabbed myself on it when I was reaching in the bag trying to grab something else. I didn't know that one was in that particular bag of parts. Yeah, cut my hand a good bit earlier. Oh well. Anyways, that's everything. Can't really get... Jesus Christ, it will not focus. Can't really get everything real good in one shot. So, if you guys want to know how much individual things cost, you look them up, because I was not about to do that shit today. Have a good day, YouTube. 24-minute long video. Have fun.